Hello guys! So it is Monday morning and it is the start of this new exciting training regime. So as I posted in the Facebook group yesterday, I'm basically gonna try and do 6 days a week of training with you guys. So it's gonna be a mixture of certain things, flexibility, handstand and conditioning related. So I'm going to try and cater for all types of abilities because I know that there is a variety of people within the group, and so some things are going to be slightly easier, some things slightly harder, and I will try and give alternatives to different exercises just to make sure I cover all grounds. But yeah, that will become a bit more apparent as the weeks go on in terms of like what we need to focus on given everyone in the group. So without further ado, let's make a start. The first exercise we're going to be doing is a warm-up exercise. So we're going to be doing a caterpillar walk and you have the option of a press up. So it's actually, we're not going to be moving with the caterpillar walks because as you can see I don't have a lot of room, you guys might not have a lot of room, so everything's going to be within a small space. So yeah, let's get started. So we're standing up, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to be walking into a plank position. If you can, you're then going to press up, pressing up, walking the hands into the feet, keep the legs straight, trying to get the hands as close into the feet as possible, and then we're reaching up to the ceiling, and then we're going to repeat this 10 times. So 2, and reaching up, and back down, 3, up, and back down, 4, and down, 5, up, and down, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and 9, and last one, 10, and reaching up. So you guys should be feeling a little bit warmer now, and we're going to be going into a lunge. So we're going to do lunge, lift the arms up, and then back down. So we're still getting warm within these exercises. So stepping the foot forwards, reaching up and back down. Changing legs up and down. One more. And relax. So next we're going to go into high plank position. Hands are on the floor and we're going to do plank press ups. So we're going to do scapular press ups. It's not going to be a full press up. So we're actually getting the scapulas nice and warm, focusing on protraction and retraction. So in the plank position, you just bring shoulder blades down and then lifting up. Shoulder blades down and up. So we're going to do 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. And we're going to go straight into the next exercise, which is a pelvic tilt, and then we're going to come back to that exercise. So pelvic tilt, laying on your back, feet are going to be on the floor. If you want an extra challenge, you can lift the feet onto a raised surface like bed. Hips are going to be on the ground. I'm going to try and make sure you guys can see this. And then you're lifting the hips up and then slowly lowering down. So you're focusing on trying to bring the belly button down to the ground first. Hips up, slowly lower down. And up, and down. And up, and down. So keep this going. Down, and up, and down, up. 2 more, and down, and up, and down, and up, and relax. And we're going to come back into that press up position, so the plank. And we're going to go straight back into the scapular press ups. So it is going to be quite an intense workout because they're going to be short and sweet. I want to try and make it a flowy workout, and I'm sure like this is the first one, so it will get better with time. I promise. But in the plank position, high plank, scapula's retracting, and up, down and up, down, up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and relax. And turning back over, back into our elevation exercise. So if you can, feet lifted. If not, then feet on the ground. And then lifting the hips up, and then slowly lowering down. Bring the belly button down first. Up and down. 4. Squeeze the glutes at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. So we're coming out of that position, and the next exercise we're doing is on our front. So we're doing a variety of different exercises. The reason we can go from one exercise to the next exercise without too much break is because they're working on different muscle groups. So we're going to do an arch lift, back extensions. So we're laying on our front, hands are going to be by the head, and we're lifting the chest and the feet up, and then we're lowering down. So we're coming up for a count of 2, nice and controlled, down for 2, up for 2, down for 2, up for 2, down for 2. Keep this going. And 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and a hold on this last one. So hands should be by the ears, lifting as high as you can. Head is staying neutral, looking at the ground, and we're holding for 10, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and slowly lowering down. So again, we're going to turn back over to our back, and we're going to do another exercise which is focusing on our abdominals. So laying on the back, and we're going to get into a dish position. So this is where your back is down to the ground, your feet are lifted off the ground, your arms are by your ears. If you cannot hold this position, if you can, keep holding it now. Don't come down. If you cannot, lift the legs up into the air and make sure the back is flat on the ground. Start to lower the legs and hold. So I don't want the legs getting too low, that you're holding that position. Guys, we should still be in a dish hold at the moment. For 10. 5. And relax. Good. So guys, you should be feeling your abs working and your back working from the arch holds. We're going to go straight back into the same 2 exercises, and we're going to repeat again. So laying on your front, arms by your ears, lifting up for 2 and down for 2, up for 2, squeeze the lower back, squeeze the glutes, for 2, 4, 5, 6. So really focus on contraction in this position. 7, 8, 9, 10, and a hold as high as you can for 10. Arms by your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lowering down. Turning back onto your back, we've got a 30-second dish hold, or if you can't do the dish hold, the leg lower hold. So laying on your back, legs lifting off the ground, arms by your ears, back push down to the ground, and holding. Again, keep holding this position if you can. If you can't, I'm just going to remind you, feet in the air, lowering the legs down, holding halfway, as long as the back's staying into the ground. If you can't keep the back into the ground, lift the legs higher, even if you're having to hold the legs at vertical. Guys, we should still be in the hollow hold, if you can. And we've got 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So we're going to go straight into a straddle position. Legs are coming out to the side, arms are lifted by the ears, and we're just going to, first we'll try and get into this position. So I don't want the legs too wide in this position. They shouldn't be in a box split, they should be just probably about double the width of shoulder width. Arms by the ears, and we're going to start to lower down to the ground. So I'm actually going to face the camera sideways on, because we're going to keep a really straight back. It's a hinge at the hip, lowering down and up. If you can get lower, then great. But the main focus is keeping the back straight, core engaged. So arms up, lowering down and up. So we're going to do 10 and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and last one. So hold for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lifting up. And you're going to place one hand either side of the leg. So the closer it is to the body, the easier this exercise is going to be. You're going to lift the leg up and down. So lifting the leg up and down. You're really focusing on squeezing the quad. This is not an easy exercise by any means. So don't worry if your leg is not lifting high, you might only be able to just lift off the ground. So lifting up and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. And last one. Yes. And changing to the other leg. So again, hands either side of the leg. Closer into the body, it's going to make it easier. If you can, further away from the body, it's going to be harder. So we're lifting up and down. 2, 3, we're doing 10 of each exercise. 4, 5, 6. We're trying to keep the hands, the palm of the hands on the ground. 7, keep this going. 8, 9, and last one. And relax. Perfect. So take a second, grab a quick drink if you need it, and then we're going to go back into another set of this exercise. So we're not having long rest periods. As I've said, we're doing different exercises, working on different muscle groups. So we're then able to go from one exercise into the next exercise and then move on to the next set of exercises. So let's go back into our straddle position. Arms up by the ears, hinging at the hip, we're lowering down to the ground. So if you can, all the way down to the ground and back up. It's not a hunch over like that, it's a straight back. So even if you can only go to there, that's fine. So down, 2, 3, 4. Try not to let your legs turn in. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, all the way down and hold for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lifting the arms up and relax. Hands either side of the leg and into our leg lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. And changing legs. So 1, 2, legs should be straight, quad should be extended. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, and relax. Good. So we're going back into our back and we're going into glute bridges. So again, we're starting off with our hips on the ground, back on the ground, knees bent, feet should be about shoulder width apart, and ankles should be tucked under the knees. So we're lifting up the hips, nice and controlled, then we're pulling in the belly button first down to the ground. So we're lifting up the hips, squeezing the glutes, belly button down to the ground. If that's easy, you're going to lift up one leg and keep it in line with the knee. So lifting up and back down, we've got 20. So if you're doing single leg, we're going to do 10 in each leg. 4, 5, 6. That's a controlled movement. 7, squeeze the glutes at the top. 8, 9, 10. And change legs. 1, 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and last one we're doing a hold at the top. So hold the hips up, squeeze the glutes for 10. If you're doing the single leg, then change halfway, and we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lowering down hips and relax. Take 10 seconds and then we're going to change over exercise. So next we're going to change onto side dips. So I'll demo what we're going to do and then we do one side, the other side, then we're coming back to the glute bridge, then we've got 2 sets of side dips. Okay, so we're starting on the elbow. Feet should be 1 foot on top of the other foot, lifting up, elevating the arm, and then we're lowering the hip down to the ground and back up. So if you can't lower the hip, just hold this position. Why we do 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And changing sides. So guys, if this is easy with the dips, then I want you to raise one leg and do the same again. So hold if that's hard enough, dips if you can. 2. 8, 2 more. 9, and relax. And turning over, we're going back into our glute bridges. So we've got another 20. So we've got 10 in each leg or 20 in total. So elevating and lowering down. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstrings and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and change legs. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So 10 seconds and we're going back into the other side plank position. So on one elbow, feet one on top of the other, lifting up with the arm, lowering the hip down, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And change sides. So 1 foot on the other, and lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, And guys, next we're going to go into reverse handstands. If you can't do a reverse handstand, don't worry, you're going to go into a plank hold. So this exercise is all about holding. It's all about the progression of the handstand. So if you honestly have never done a handstand, that's fine. If you've never done a handstand, you're literally just going to hold a plank and you're going to step one hand forwards. So it's a slightly wider plank. If you can do a handstand, then we're going to go against the wall. So we're going to walk up to the wall and try and get the hands as close as possible, and we're holding for 30 seconds. If you can't hold for the full 30 seconds, come down and go straight into a plank position. And we've got 20. Keep holding, keep pushing up for the shoulders, squeezing the glutes. And 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and walking forwards. And relax. So take a minute, take a water break, and then we're going again. So guys, today is mainly just a lot of core exercises that are going to be beneficial for handstands. I want to kind of get a judgment in terms of where most people are at. Because what I want to do, if there's people at such varying abilities, I will create 2 groups. So I'll do one advanced session and one beginner session. This then will make it a lot easier to basically be able to tailor the sessions for you guys. Yeah, it's very difficult when everyone, you know, you might have someone who's never really done much conditioning, handstand conditioning, then you've got someone who can kick into a handstand and hold it for a minute. So we want to be able to hit both kind of groups of people, which is why I want to get a general idea, comment below, and then I can kind of cater for you guys. But let's go straight into the next handstand. So we're doing the same again. If you can't do a handstand, plank hold, stepping 1 foot forwards, 1 foot, 1 arm, and we're holding 30 seconds. So let's go. So getting into position. Whole time you should be pushing up for the shoulders, squeezing the glutes, looking to the wall and holding. Keep holding, 10 seconds. And last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming down. So that is basically the session today. As I've said, each session is going to be focusing on something slightly different. Today's session was general handstand conditioning. Tomorrow I think we have flexibility. So it will be a lot more flexibility focused, but please comment below in terms of how you're finding everything, and I will cater it potentially for 2 groups if we've got people who are very advanced, people who are beginner, just so everyone is basically progressing. But please like this video, and I hope it's added some value to you, and I hope you've been able to follow along, and yeah, they will improve, I'm sure, as the weeks go on. But I think it's really important that we all stay together as a group, because you know, it's difficult times, and at least if we all know that we're consistently training together and we're all helping each other along, then we can, you know, tackle anything.